Hi guys, it's Molly. I'm here to bring you a channeled reading and answer a few questions that people might have. Yep, so first of all, what am I wearing? I'm wearing these amazing sleeves. Check those out. Totally cool. A smock might mean something. I have an old kind of vintagey skirt on. My loafers. So there's the fashion show for today. So you guys, the way I got this downloaded, how to answer these questions, I specifically saw this tarot deck in my mind's eye. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle cards while I'm answering the questions. And then, like, try not to, like, really concentrate too hard on what exactly card it is. And look more at the artwork. That's what Spirit's saying. All right. So I'm here to answer... I'm here to answer questions. So, who am I? I am a divine feminine earth angel. So a lot of times, if you ever heard the song Earth Angel, like those kind of things, psychics are often referred to as earth angels. They are human beings that can communicate or commune with spirit. All right, my name is Molly Marcella Spillane. That is my birth name. That's the name I was born with, given to at birth. I'm from the Twin Cities in Minnesota. I spent quite a long time of my life living in South Minneapolis, and I'm a South Side girl. I am 49 years old. I'm a female adult human. I was born female and I identify as female. I'm a mother of a 20-year-old boy. His name is Asher. And a 15-year-old girl, and her name is Lucy. Asher means blessed, and it also means night meadow. And Lucy means light. So my children are my sun and my moon. I'm a Heyoka empath. I'm an energy worker. And I'm a psychic super empath. So what that means is when you see me popping cards here, I'm not doing sleight of hand tricks. I'm not doing things like that. Spirit actually works with me. And so I'm actually working with spirit when that happens. All right, so we have to remember with empaths, a lot of the people in my collective are empaths. And I'm a lighthouse for them. And so what I do is I bring in knowledge, and knowledge is the key to freedom. And so kind of the first lesson we learn, the reflections are doing all sorts of cool stuff. The first lesson we learn as empaths is about emotions. And so the very first lesson I try to teach to any empath who's going through a spiritual awakening is about emotions. And so what we have to understand as empaths, you can feel emotions negative 1,000 to positive 1,000. You can feel a wide range of emotions, and you can feel more emotions than other people can. And so the other people, I refer to them as the Neanderthals, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the Neanderthals, they can only feel emotions 0 to 100. Their consciousness, and when I say consciousness, when I talk about consciousness, the easiest way to kind of explain that is what you can comprehend, like the ability to comprehend. And so the Neanderthals can only comprehend 0 to 100. They can't even fathom it in their mind. They are unable to even think it up what negative 777 feels like. And you go all the way to negative 1,000. You felt negative 777 before in your life, several times. And so when you understand that you are feeling emotions differently than other people, it does help you to heal and understand, yeah, oh, well, that person can't even comprehend what I'm going through. So me like expecting them to whatever, to blank, yeah, they can't. They don't have like the cell phone service. So that's like the first lesson I teach to empaths. And once you get that aha moment and you realize not everybody feels emotions, the same emotions, not everybody experiences emotions the same, yeah, it starts releasing a grip of oppression that has been on you. All right? So there it is, the worst feeling in the world. The Three of Swords, the broken heart. All right? So I'm a spiritual guide, and it's called a magician. And once again, it's not to get confused with an illusionist magician. That is something else. A magician is more of a great example is Robin Williams' character in Good Will Hunting. He is a spiritual leader, a guide, and the archetype of a magician. And so I'll put down in the comments of this reading, I'll put a short little clip that shows what a spiritual magician, what the archetype of the spiritual magician is. So I'm the head librarian at the Akashic Records. Yes, Spirit likes my library skills. I'm able to stitch things together to help people learn lessons. All right, I hear the seamstress. So my divine purpose is to help people get through difficult parts of their spiritual journey. I want to help people learn about autism. We need to teach people that autism is a word for, we don't really know what this is, so we're going to call it autism. And what it really is a turn of the evolutionary wheel. So autistic people are the new kind of person, and the non-autistic people, the non-super empaths, the non-psychics, the non-sensitive people are the Neanderthals. When I'm talking about Neanderthals. And a lot of Neanderthals have put oppression on high-functioning spectrum-y people. So another word for high-functioning spectrum-y would be genius. All right? So these people that are part of my collective, which includes musicians, artists. Yeah, art is the oldest form of healing. So before we had therapists and all that kind of thing, we healed through the arts for thousands and thousands of years. Storytelling, performances, music, transmuting energy, all that kind of stuff. And so a lot of our entertainers are high-functioning spectrum-y geniuses. And now we're not going to think about genius as just that standard genius test where you get a number. Because we have to remember, yeah, if you take a fish out of the ocean and put it in a tree and a bunch of monkeys say, take our genius test, yeah, that fish might not get a good score. Yeah, but that fish is the fastest fucking fish in the ocean. So we have to widen our thoughts on what a genius is. All right? So high-functioning spectrum-y people of the past, Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo. All right? So just throwing out some ideas there. All right? Now, what we know about autism is only this small little window of one kind of person who happens to be autistic. And so when we think of autism as a new race of people, there's all different kinds of people that are autistic. Women present a a lot of women present very differently than the standard norms of what people think autism is. And so a lot of people who are around my age, maybe 15 years plus or lower, so I'm 49, so say 50, maybe 65 to 35, went their whole life undiagnosed. And there's lots of struggles that come with that when you don't understand. And so that's where I bring forth the knowledge about autism. And the sexy fucking part of autism. Yeah. All right, so we're going to learn about autism. And that's the turn of the evolutionary wheel has happened. So a lot of times you'll have like high-need people. Yeah, well, their vessel wasn't able to complete that turn quite properly. So you get all different kinds of people who happen to be autistic. All right. I'm here to explain what spiritual awakening is. There's a lot of people who have gone through a spiritual awakening due to a lot of the seclusion we had with COVID. A lot of people have no idea what a spiritual awakening even is. They have no idea about any sort of spiritual concepts. But they're smart enough, and they may be a starseed, yeah, that spirit has activated them. Yeah, they said, nope, you're going through a spiritual awakening. So what a spiritual awakening means, what that means is you were so far down the wrong path that spirit said, no, darling, no, we're taking over and we're going to put you through a process called the spiritual awakening, which is the cleanse. And it's a healing and cleansing journey. All right. You get, yeah, I have my notes here. You get a Super Bowl slam when you have your spiritual awakening. So how I like to explain it is like an old school Super Bowl, and spirit whips you as hard as it can. Boom! And that's called a tower. Yeah. And a tower means where the life you are living was built on a faulty foundation. And as hard as you tried to keep making it work, now think of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, as hard as you tried to keep making it work, that tower was going down because it had a faulty foundation. So in tarot, traditional imagery of the tower is a lightning bolt is striking the tower, and the tower is kind of like a personal jail. Go to the tower. Think of medieval times. Yeah, you're stuck in some place, and whether or not you can't turn the wheel for yourself, you can't get out of that tower, you can't do whatever. Now spirit has taken over. And if you look at traditional tarot pictures of the tower, there's usually a tower and a lightning bolt, and the tower's like blowing up and people are jumping out. Yeah, spirit says this tower is going down. Yeah, we just struck it with lightning and now you have to jump. Your life is going to change. So the tower is a big thing that happens in somebody's life. And so I'm here to help people get through the tower. And I'm your dolphin friend who speaks the same language. So I can explain it in ways that are easy to comprehend because I'm a galactic professor. So what that means is I teach people also about twin flame journeys, what the twin flame journey is, and about narcissism and the narcissist-empath dynamic. Because once again, once you get the knowledge, you have the key to freedom. A lot of people in my grid, I'm a light worker, a grid leader. A lot of people in my grid, I hear, have had narcissist abuse. And so, I am now, I channel different characters. Think of me when I do that. Think of me like maybe like a cartoon voiceover type person, or it's kind of campy sometimes and all that. Yep, I'll channel Ms. Star. Hello, darlings, it's me, Eleanor Astrid Starla. You can call me Ms. Star. Yes. all different characters to help connect with the child within. So we all have our child within us, our inner child, who we were as a child. And that part of us will always be in there. And so what this is, people who go through the Super Bowl slam, have the tower. You are now like a new little chicken that just came out of an egg, a brand new chick. You're all, oh, I'm a 0. Oh, yep, I'm in the middle of a spiritual awakening. I'm in this concept called the dark night of the soul. And I need my kindergarten teacher. Yeah. So that's where I drop in. Yep. And teach about, just like slowly teach about these new concepts in a way that's healing the inner child within. And then I also take it up one level where I'm working with the teenager within, because I am a divine feminine showgirl. All right, so the divine feminine is a galactic mother type figure. So the galactic mother embodies all these different kinds of people, I guess you would say. It's the best friend. It's all the positive aspects of these. The girl next door, your girlfriend in high school. Yeah, the girl you had a crush on. The nice one that always brought you a Valentine. Yeah, like that's what a galactic mother is. So that's the role I'm taking on in my divine mission. All right? So you have to heal the child within and work on the teenager within so you can find the Ace of Cups. And so what the Ace of Cups is it's the Holy Grail. The Ace of Cups is self-love. So we're here to help people who you get put on this spiritual awakening journey from Spirit. This is the happiest card of the deck. Yep. Because Spirit's trying to guide you through a process to bring in self-love. And so I'm here to help you and explain all these weird things that happen when you go through this experience called the spiritual awakening. And it can be very scary if you don't understand what a spiritual awakening is, because this isn't something you choose to do. This is an actual event that happens to you. A spiritual awakening is an actual event that happens to people. All right? There's a lot of starseeds that are getting activated. I've channeled it several times. The universe called. They want their starseeds back. Yep. So what is a starseed? The easiest way to explain it is through this clip that I'll also put down in the comment section. So a starseed is a person who has something in their DNA that when destiny, the time, whatever is called upon, these are light workers that are here to bring in the golden age of enlightenment for the collective. A lot of Palladian light worker imagery comes in with this. I just heard that. So you'll just be a regular person living your regular life where you always kind of felt a little outcasty, a little different, a little weird. And then all of a sudden, something gets triggered in your DNA and everything starts changing. And it's because you've been called upon. You're like a Jedi. You got to think about it that way. And Spirit is calling upon you to help your collective. And so you've been bestowed with spiritual gifts to help your collective. All right? So once we get the Ace of Cups, self-love, the Holy Grail, that's when Spirit will bring in the Two of Cups. So a lot of times, Ace of Cups imagery in tarot will be a chalice, a cup that's overflowing. It's overflowing with liquid. Yeah. And that is, my cup runneth over. Yeah. So when you're self-love, and this isn't in a narcissistic way, because a lot of my grid is empaths who've been abused by narcissists. And so we're just slowly learning about narcissism. And when you learn about it, and then also learn about empaths, when you learn about it, you ascend in vibration. And so what I call that is the bog bodies. So we all have these issues that we stuff down somewhere in our belly. Yep. We keep them in a box. We don't fucking look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, it sucks to think about. Yeah. Well, we have to think of our vessel, our body, is like a pitcher of water. And and you're filled to the very top. And all these issues, these bog bodies that you've just pushed down, like those old literally those old mummies in bogs you hear about, when the time is right, yeah, the bog will just split open and like release one of these mummies. And everybody's like, oh my God, yeah, this 1,000-year-old issue. Yeah. Well, Spirit sent you on a spiritual awakening and probably a twin flame journey to help release those bog bodies so it can make more room in your vessel to bring in the light, to bring in good, positive vibrations. And so, yep, just learning about that helps get them off. Yeah, right. So that pretty much explains what I do. If there's any questions, feel free to always write them. Yep. Now, somebody has asked about when I pull names. Is that message just for the people with that name? So, the answer is no. It's for the people that resonate with that name. And so what that means is when Spirit is trying to work with you, I am a medium. I'm like a boombox. So Spirit will turn me on. A lot of times you'll see me hold my hands up. It's kind of like an antenna. And they'll have me say certain things. And so you got to think about it maybe like, I hear telecommunications. Okay. Now I see satellites. Yeah. Okay. Somebody's eye might mean something. So think about it as here's Spirit, here's me, here's your guides, and here's you. Yep. So Spirit says, I say, I hear cat on a hot tin roof. Okay? So I hear it in my mind's eye, cat on a hot tin roof. So I say it out loud, cat on a hot tin roof. Yeah. And then you hear it, and your personal guides, which are Spirit, Source, ancestors, God, aliens, whatever you call it, will work with you to have you interpret what Spirit is trying to communicate to you through the boombox medium psychic person. So when I say cat on a hot tin roof, that might mean something very specific for this one person. It might mean something totally specific but different for this next person. So it's I'm broadcasting the news, and your guides are working with you as well. And I am also one of your guides. You have guides on planet Earth, and you have guides up in the ethers too. So when I call names and stuff like that, if you resonate with that name, so what that means is, picture like a tuning fork, boom. Yeah, if you hear something, you kind of get that feeling, oh, I just talked to someone with that name. Oh, that is my name. Oh, that's my son's name. Oh, that's my grandma's name. Yeah, that means that's resonating with you. So that message may be for you. So if you ever ask yourself, yeah, I'm feeling connected to what the message is that Molly Marcel is putting forward. Yeah, is it for me? The answer is yes, it is for you. If you ever ask, is this message for me? I'm feeling it. Yeah. The answer is yes. So what Spirit's trying to let people do is surrender. And so what surrender means is allow yourself to say, yes, this is really happening. Yep. All the barriers, boundaries, dogma, things I grew up with. A lot of people, when you go through your spiritual awakening, a lot of people may have grown up with a certain religion, something like that. and following a manual, a book. And so a lot of times your whole identity can collapse when you go through the spiritual awakening, because you realize, yeah, this book was put in my baby bassinet when I was born. And it was the same book that was put in my parents' baby bassinet when they were born. And I've lived my whole life. And some of my sadness, my oppression, my hurt, based on the teachings of this book. The wheel is turning. The cards keep flipping. Yeah. So then when you have the awakening, Spirit says, hey, check this out. Yeah, come check out the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records is this big library that you go into. And you see your book up on the shelf. And then you see thousands of other books. Literally thousands of them. That are all manuals on how you can live your life. And it can be a tricky aha moment with that. Because a lot of people find comfort in their religion, but a lot of people have been abused and held down by religious oppression at the same time. So we have to remember, if we were to think about spirituality concepts, religion, and if you think about it like a graph, it's like this religion, yep. They all have arrows that point up to spirituality. And so, yeah, a lot of times in spirituality, you'll hear spiritual guides say, take what resonates and leave the rest. And what that means is there's wonderful lessons in all sorts of religions. Every single religion has beautiful, beautiful lessons. Every single religion has beautiful ceremonies. And it's okay. It's okay to be a religious person if you are a religious person. And it's okay not to be a religious person if you're not a religious person. So we're going to, so it's exploring the concept of take what resonates and leave the rest. So you're going to take the highest vibing lessons and leave all the bullshit, oppressive things behind. And that's how you advance within your own religion. And so we're very open to people who are religious on my channel, and people who aren't. But we're also understanding, I'm here in the United States. And we have a big problem going on in the United States right now. We do. We have religion that's infiltrated our politics. And it's causing some severe oppression on people. Okay? Yeah. So, here's Soul School Extra Credit right now, guys. Something to think about today. Let's think about, and the bottom. Let's think about Satan. We've all learned Satan's a tricky mofo. Yeah. He tricks you. Shows up as a beautiful person. But really, it's the Antichrist. Yeah. Well, who is the Antichrist? It's the far-right Republicans. What? The politicians on the far right say what? What if Satan hid as somebody who says, I'm speaking for religion. Yeah, and I'm going to use religion as a form of oppression. Because that's what's happening right now in the United States. Religion has infiltrated, the far-right Christian religion has infiltrated the United States and has caused extreme oppression on women and children already. We have some states now where they've taken away the right to an abortion. Yeah. And there's no exception for rape or incest. So we have people in the name of religion who are saying, if you're a little girl, now we have to remember, Abortion isn't, yeah. See, abortion rights, yeah. Let's punish the sluts. That's what the far right's doing, yeah. But then no exception for rape or incest. What? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Because we have to remember, little girls can get their period at 8 years old. And what if your little daughter was outside and your pervy neighbor brought her into his backyard, held her down and raped her and impregnated her? Let's say she's 10 years old. Some far-right politician has now said there's no exception for her, which the best thing for her would be to bring her to the doctor. And what they would do would open up her little cervix and scoop out, it's not even scoop, it's like a Q-tip, get that little bit of goo that's in there out, and you get her in therapy, and maybe in 2 years, yeah, she can go forward. But no exception for rape or incest, according to these Antichrist leaders. Yeah. Now your sweet little daughter's life is going to be totally destroyed and ruined because they've decided, yeah, that seed of oppression and violence now has to grow. She has no choice, and you have no choice because this politician has decided. Yeah, they're pushing forth oppression on women and children here in the United States in 2023. Lots of states here have, yeah, and let's take it one step further. Yeah, no exception for incest. It makes no sense. It's because, yeah, it's because these politicians, they really don't give a shit, no, about abortion rights. No, they just need some sort of topic to brainwash the sheep. And they've decided, yeah, that they're gonna, yeah, they're just gonna allow these sheeple to be convinced they're saving babies' souls. But they're completely brainwashing these people to understand that women, no matter what age you are or how you did or didn't get pregnant, are sovereign beings over their own vessel. And it's none of those politicians, yeah, business, what happens to somebody's little girl after she got raped. And if she doesn't want to have that rape baby, she shouldn't be forced to have that rape baby. If she don't want to have her pervy brother's baby, she shouldn't be forced to have that pervy brother's baby. But we have the Antichrist infiltrated satanic oppression showing itself as far-right Christians. So in the United States, we have a concept that's called freedom of religion. And that means, yeah, the United States was made, I mean, we're going to kind of give respect to Native Americans that were already here. But the United States was made as a social experiment where you have freedom of religion. And that means you have the freedom to practice any sort of religion you want here without getting in trouble from the government. And it also means freedom from other people's religion. So in the United States, one religion can't say, no, we decide for everybody. It's against everything our country is founded on. But it's happening right now. And so, yeah, there's really some tricky mindfuckery that's going on in politics right now. And it's called the Antichrist. All right, so dudes, there's the message. Yep. Let's get a final message from Island Time Wellness. What's the message from Island Time Wellness? Okay. Not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding conversations, call, person, boundaries, and still angry. Okay? Spirit may be trying to cut cords with karmics, with people of the past. Yeah, I just picked this up. Acts. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Yeah, Spirit wants you to think today, as an American citizen, there's several states within the United States. We went backwards with Roe versus Wade. Yeah, women are no longer sovereign beings over their own body. And Spirit wants you to think about why there is no exception for rape or incest and what that means. And who is pushing for that? Really think about it. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. And then a weird end to that is the people that can go against these far-right Christians is another religion. So who's going to step up? The political Satanists. Yeah, I'm just trying to focus it a bit. Yeah. So political Satanism, yeah, these people are not sacrificing babies. They're not like what you would think devil worshippers or anything like that. These are all highly intelligent people that understand you need to fight fire with fire. So if you're going to go after a religious group, something like that, who wants their religion prominent, yeah, then the Satanists will come up and say, here's our big statue of our devil. Yeah, we want it right next to yours, hypocrite. Yeah, so Spirit's calling upon the Satanists, the political Satanists, to get activated to rip the mask off the Antichrist in politics. All right, so remember, yeah, Satan's not going to roll up as a political Satanist. No, he's trying to mind fuck you. Remember that? Yeah. Now think about what those far-right Christians are saying and what they're bringing.